Welcome. This is the Buckshot SideShow. I've been practicing all day to not fuck up the pronunciation of that. Too many S's. Buckshot SideShow, usually hosted by the Monsignor Tom O'Mahony. I'm stepping in. My name's Gordo. You might know me from a little known show called Those Conspiracy Guys. Tom asked me to present this show today. We're live streaming for Patreon folks of Buckshot et al. And this is a new type of show where we're trying to take the comedians from Dublin that are, I don't know, kicking their heels, those that don't have normal jobs, and try to work it into some kind of a forced comedy show format, as is the way. Joining me, the guests for today's show, we have some of Dublin's finest, most available comedians. We have... well, not even Dublin, but the whole of Ireland. We have a foreign nation represented here as well. We have in these teams that we've arbitrarily picked to split the people up in. I don't fucking know why, but we have on team one, we have all the way from America, one of the finest. Could you call him like a part-time magician, full-time engineer to technical money man? I don't know. I'm not supposed to tell people what your job is for the social, I guess. Jim Elliott, comedian, and the usual host of this show, Culchy, podcaster, and camo apparel owner, Tom O'Mahony. You can find both of those guys. Their Twitters are at the bottom of the screen. And on team two, we have, I'm pushing all the buttons here, we have one of Dublin's, I guess... He's one of the only Dublin comedians that is taking his hair away. He's a regular in the Laughter Lounge. He's fucking up my cameras over here by messing, and you can see him anytime you look at the bottom of your bed in the middle of the night. Steve Cummins, and you can find him on Twitter there. And from Northern Ireland, I'm sorry, Mickey, I don't know you well enough. We're going to have to come to my house and we'll make love, and I can say loads of stuff that I know about you. But Micky Bartlett from Northern Ireland. From Britain, yeah, basically.
From England. From England.
Pink Lives Matter. And today this is like a slapshod Buckshot sideshow. We should put that on, a slapshod Buckshot sideshow. We're practicing this format. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. We've never done this shit before. Last week we sat down, being honest with you, we sat down, we said, how the fuck are we going to get comedy into people's faces, eyes and ears? It's not really working if you're there like... We didn't
manage it, so we thought, fuck it, let's do it live.
Exactly, let's do it live. Let's make it all up. Oh, let's make it all up. Let's throw in some arbitrary games, some arbitrary points, and like I'm what, like a scruffy Drew Carey or like an obese Jimmy Carr, something like that. I'm going to be
Jimmy Carey.
I'm going to be the host for this show. I'm going to be bringing the lads through the different rounds. We have different. Entertainment vehicles to be able to get jokes out, and in the future this show will be presented by Tom. I'm just pushing all the buttons and turning all the knobs here in TCG Towers. So lads, what's the crack? The Buckshot Sideshow, which is I dare each of you to say that without fucking it up.
I haven't had as many beers as I've had already. I'd give it a go.
Good man, Steve.
Go on, Steve.
Okay, with beer.
Ball bag slap show.
It's not
Slapshot ball show.
It's not easy.
Big
fat cock show. What show am I on? Who is this? Who are you people?
So this is like this is already descended into a Zoom or FaceTime call with your grandparents.
Excuse me.
Can you all hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Award-winning voice actor here. Let me just clearly say, I'm just
going to pretend to freeze every like.
Yeah,
and
this is
on Nordy Wi-Fi, and he just couldn't help himself.
those British pipes. So we're gonna do the first game. This game is called Who Said This? It's totally made up. We've never done it before, and it's entirely improvised. I'm after picking a load of stuff off the internet for the lads to improvise around. This game has a quote from a celebrity. The lads don't know who the celebrity is. We're going to try and guess who said it and possibly why. So we're going to go with team one, which is Tom and Jim. You guys, you can see the screen, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Ugly pair of dudes right there.
Yeah, thank God it's in a low definition.
And Tom's got a filter on as well, you can tell. No way your skin looks that smooth, O'Mahony.
That's not even a real mustache, Steve.
Tom moisturizes. Don't let the camo fetish fool you.
Jim,
Tom's
you
a skin
need to
moisturizing.
put on a filter.
So for round one, for team one, in Who Said This, we're going to have this quote from a very famous person. What is my talent? Well, a bear can juggle and stand on a ball, and he's talented, but he's not famous.
I resent the implication that Jiggles the juggling bear is not famous. I think this is bear erasure, and I think justice for bears. This is a terrible thing to say. Juggling bears are famous the world over. Who could? Tom, do you agree?
Absolutely. Since the fall of that wall, Jim, all the bears got out and fucking made some good money worldwide, and they should be allowed.
You're goddamn right.
Continue making good money. We need to make hats. We need red hats with white writing that say such.
Something
Fucking
like that.
Bears great again.
Make bears famous again. What is my talent? A bear can juggle and stand on a ball. He's talented, but he's not famous. So this is somebody who takes pride in their fame. Is this an Instagram influencer of some kind? Is this somebody on TikTok?
One could say it's the ultimate Instagram influencer.
Michael D. Higgins.
He was out the bottom of the garden looking for notice the other day, Tom, when the orchestra was playing to him. Looking for notice, huh?
And there we are. You know, and he, you know, and stand on the ball. Like Michael D. Higgins knows all about having to stand on shit. So, you know, he sympathizes with these poor bastards.
I wonder if Michael D. Higgins ever met Tom Cruise, if the two of them would just have like discussions about the best kind of lifts you could have in your shoes. You'd be like, hey, do you ever try these ones? Like, these are really good. Like, those made my back hurt. I never liked them.
He nailed it, Jim, when he got those giant fucking dogs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everybody thinks, you know, it's like, well, of course. I don't need to prove myself. I've got these giant dogs. Look at my dogs. Go on, I dare you. Look at my giant fucking dogs.
God, I love Michael D. Higgins. Anyway, I hope that's the last president we discuss, because I don't want to talk about any other ones. I'll tell you that right now.
You know more about famous people than I do. Who do you think fucking said this, and who do you think has respect for the Bears?
Respect for the Bears. You know what? Somebody who puts such a premium on being famous with no talent behind it. I'm going to say one of the Kardashians, perhaps the head of that 8-sided octopus. I'm going to say it's Kim Kardashian. I'm going to go ahead and guess.
Kim Kardashian, so gordo.
Team One's answer is Kim Kardashian. That's correct.
Holy
Kim Kardashian. What's my talent?
Elliott.
What's my talent?
For anyone ever getting a correct answer.
Literally, well,
Jim.
a bear can juggle and stand on a ball, and he's talented, but he's not famous. I've never seen a bear juggle Ray J's balls the same way that Kim Kardashian did. In fairness, so fair play to her. Yeah.
You can always rely on Gordon for topical humor.
Look it, I mean, come on. We're picking famous people here. Okay, so for round two of Who Said This?
Pressure's on. They're going to get it wrong.
For team two, this one is for Steve Cummins and Micky Bartlett. Mickey, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better, man. I know, Steve.
I think it's because we look like fucking twin brothers.
Hitting on Mickey.
we're like a before and after picture for protein bar advertisement or something.
I would not exercise.
I just take in all the whey and I just don't do any exercise. You know, it's bulk, it's mass. Okay, so the second quote in Who Said This, round two, team two. I don't know how we're going to attribute points to this, but this is one of those ones that I've heard Steve say in the bathroom in the laughter lounge. I know when I know, and until I know, I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know you spend that much time listening to me in the bathroom, because you know, normally my mouth is full, Gordon, and you well know that. But
they call you the bear, Steve.
I'll know when I know. This has to be like Stephen Hawking or so. No, he's dead.
It's either someone really smart or someone really dumb.
Yeah, it's a bit like a fucking like a rap lyric. Like, if you don't know, now you know. I don't know.
And until you do know, you won't know. That's the thing.
It's a real.
Uh-oh.
But it's a real Alan Partridge thing to say. Did we freeze there, Gordon? Was that what happened?
You just mildly froze, but that's okay.
That's okay.
What did you say? It's a real Alan Partridge thing to say.
Can you give us a hint? Because you gave them a hint with saying the ultimate Instagrammer.
I know when I know, and until I know, I don't know. That's an Alan Partridge version.
Okay, it's a Jamaican.
Me know when me know, man.
I know, I know when I know a boy.
Until me don't know, me don't know. It's
Well, do you know what? Was that a really bad Boris Johnson impression?
it's
Or a
somebody.
very, very good Boris Johnson impression?
It's somebody
What do
that's
you
been that's been
Mickey,
famous.
Mickey, you're English. What? You're English. What do you think? Is it Boris Johnson?
I think that might be our Lord and Savior Nigel Farage.
Ooh.
I can tell you now, it's no
You
one
know what?
political. It's someone who's
You know
been
what?
very famous for a really long time, man and boy, and he's
Mickey,
famous in
now-
very many
oh.
different disciplines.
He was famous as a boy as well.
Yes.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh yeah, that's our answer. Caitlyn Jenner. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's all right. Final answer. I don't care how you put it. That's it. Caitlyn Jenner. That's us.
This
That's
is
that's
this is
our
Caitlyn
goal.
Jenner's answer to the question, how deep will your vagina be? I know when I know, and until I know, I don't know. Are you sure that's your final answer?
I think it's a great answer.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better one.
I tell you who it is. It's Justin Timberlake.
Oh, same thing.
I mean,
Why did you do an English accent for
Yeah,
Justin
why
Timberlake?
did you do an English accent?
because he said Alan Partridge, and I did an Alan Partridge voice to make it
You
seem
clearly didn't, or I would
Oh.
have guessed Alan Partridge. And to be honest, when Mickey said Nigel Farage, I thought, you know, he did sound a bit like Nigel Farage. Since when has Justin Timberlake sounded like Nigel Farage?
I'll have to divvy up some kind of thing for your next round, and Stephen give you a helping hand. Seeing as
Thank you.
you seem to have accused me of hobbling your chances in that round.
Oh,
I
it's just
agree
a
with Steve,
limerick in him.
because You never hear Justin Timberlake go, I'm bringing sexy back. You fucking Mexican bastards can't do impressions.
Is that what Northern Irish people call people from the Republic? Do you call
Yeah.
that is true.
See,
The Republic is we're Belfast, Mexico. Oh my God, I never realized that.
Use are Mexico, we're Canada, because none of us want to be America.
congratulations,
Okay.
Jim. You just bought a house in Mexico.
I'm a property owner in Mexico.
Property owner in Mexico. We don't want to alienate anybody, but you know, Jim just bought a big fancy house.
The details of which can be found
Please donate
on
to our page.
Sherry Fitzgerald website. Are we advertising that, Steve? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'd rather not have that.
Oh, you mean Zoom?
But
Zoom
like whatever.
party.ie
Who gives a
your
shit?
business?
Is this-
Zoom
is this-
party.ie.
Is this like a video
Party
confession for
guy.
revenue or something?
You're happy enough
One
to
day
share
I'll
it
be
now,
able to
yeah.
afford a house in Portobello.
Ireland's only openly white supremacist online party, zoomparty.ie.
Listen, we bring the party. What you do with it is your own business.
You bring the pillowcases, Steve. That's what you bring. Now, moving on to the next round, if you wouldn't mind, Gordo.
Yeah.
You could not look like more that if you took off your top, you were covered in swastikas. You, of all people to accuse anything. And Jim, you do look like the guy who plans everything. You're like the accountant for the KKK. You're that guy who goes, don't worry, I can help you hide the money. And Gordo and Mickey, quite frankly, lads, you're both there just
We're
for the
the
after
sex appeal,
party.
yes.
You
Yeah.
can tell when the cross is nicely lit and you go, anybody got any beer? And that's when you two jump in.
Does the accountant for the KKK spell accountant with a K?
Yes.
I bet he does.
It's either that's the way the KKK spells accountant and early 90s
Have you paid
hip-hop.
into your 401 KKK?
I work in accounts payable.
Okay, KK lads, let's move on to the next round.
Bad-
Okay.
Yes.
Is it good
that's
news or
enough of that.
bad news if you're in the black?
Ooh,
Oh,
they call it in the white. We made it into
Mickey's
the
in
white
pink,
this
so he's
quarter,
okay.
guys. Yeah.
Let's move on to the next round, okay?
Please.
KK, let's just
Enough
move.
of the racism, Gordon. Can we just move on, please?
Welcome.
Yeah,
This
Gordon,
is round
Jesus.
2 of the Buckshot Supremacist Show. We are moving into round 2 called Filibuster, where the lads have to, again, talk shite about arbitrary topics that I and others have picked for them to talk about. So I get my face off this now. Team 1 on top, team 2 on the bottom, and we have these topics for them to choose from.
Ah,
So
oh, nice.
we have scented bin bags, surprise diarrhea, extreme holistic medicine, hair removal, David Bowie in Heaven, Beyonce's Garden, Saturday Morning Cartoons, or Shipwrecks. So Team 1, I'm going to give Team 2 the first choice because I think somehow feel slighted by Alan Partridge. I hobbled them in round 1. So you guys are going to get to pick from those 8, and you can pick 1. We're going to do 2, so Team 2 gets 2, Team 1 gets 2.
Like, you took the special bus to get here. You can pick our first one. What are you going to go?
Surprise diarrhea because I have a hangover.
Excellent. Surprise diarrhea, I'm a fan.
Surprise diarrhea can also be known as a bad sneeze. We are going with surprise diarrhea. Now, for this round, you guys have 2 minutes. You get a minute each. You can't not talk about surprise diarrhea. You can't go into a anecdote about a time that you had a shit. This is not, we have to talk for a minute solid. It all has to be relevant. If you're going off relevance, I'm going to call you out on it. And we're going to put up a timer for 2 minutes. When it hits 60 seconds, you may swap. Or if you're hobbled, let the other team member pick you up. So the timer will start in 3, 2.
Who's going first? Hold on. We haven't. Mickey, do you want to go first? Did you pick it, or do you want me to go first?
I don't mind, Steve. I'm a team player, so whatever you feel, brother.
Good. You go first.
Fuck you.
Didn't know Gordo was going to be all butch about it. So, yeah, you go first now.
I'm just trying to put a bit of schmuck on it, Steve. This could go off the rails very, very easily. Ready?
Listen, when you pick surprise diarrhea, it's never on the rails to begin with.
3, 2, 1. Surprise diarrhea.
First of all, I think the words surprise and diarrhea in the same sentence make very little sense because isn't all diarrhea a surprise? I've never once in my life gone, oh, do you know, I think I would have to pop up to the bathroom and maybe do a bit of diarrhea. If you're having like every fart is an adventure when you've got diarrhea. There's not enough bananas in the world that it's going to make that a wee bit more fucking time manageable. You know, I've had situations myself where on a healthy diet of kebabs and beer, where I basically once went to go for a poo and bent over and started shitting before it actually bent over. So managed to do how would you say it, sort of a Bobby Sands. Yeah, a bit of a Jackson Pollock sort of situation. My own personal tribute to Irish republicanism was a complete and utter surprise to me, to be completely honest with you. In fact, I would have been less surprised if I found out Jerry Adams was actually in the IRA. And there's something just about the
mildly off topic there.
My thinking on that completely was, just to save it, my thinking was, I'm going to ask after the show where you came up with the term surprise diarrhea. I mean, of all the things, surprise parties, surprise farewells, surprise promotion, I've never heard the expression. I've never heard anyone use the expression surprise diarrhea. Although, now that said, I mean, we've all had that. I have a stomach cramp. It's a regular poo. And then it's like the regular poo was there from a week ago. And then it just opens the door. And the next thing you know, surprise. And what you do is you have, as Mickey so eloquently put it, a dirty protest. But is the surprise more so, not so much for you, the surprise is for anyone within about 20 yards of you hearing it. And especially the biggest surprise for me is the surprise, because I leave that for my wife. Because, being married to me is a delight at any time. But when you get up in the morning, go to brush your teeth, and you find that the entire bathroom has been sprayed with a beautiful brown rainbow, then I think, well, happy anniversary, honey.
That is...
He carried it home.
There you go. He carried it right to the end.
I ran out of things to say with 42 seconds to go.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'll be honest, after 8 seconds, I almost shit myself. So,
if you'll pardon the pun, I was pulling it out of my ass the whole way.
Team 2 there, Steve and Mickey showing how long a minute actually is. Surprise diarrhea is a hard one. I do find that surprise diarrhea...
it's not. It's
not.
It's as well. Hard top. Well done.
You wouldn't even call it soft.
Well done. I think the first diarrhea probably is a surprise, but everyone after that, you kind of know, so you're holding it. You're not willing to have faith in a fart. Do you know what I'm saying?
The first diarrhea, is that like your first communion? It's like
Yeah.
You dress up, you get money from all your relatives for it.
You do it in front of a priest, and your dad gives you money afterwards.
A priest is willing to block up the whole... No, I've gone too far.
Gone too far.
We're going to go back to the choices, boys, for Team 1 in filibuster. I didn't even use my...
Surprise diarrhea, please.
I did. I didn't even use my cool titles for filibuster. Surprise diarrhea is gone, Tom. You're going to have to pick something else. Team 1, Jim and Tom. Jim Petuous and Tom the Bear O'Mahony.
Go for shipwrecks, Tom.
We got Santa Bin Bags. We got extreme
What do you
holistic
think,
medicine.
Jim?
I'm thinking about them bin bags, baby. I'm thinking about the scented bin bags.
You're a classy man.
Yeah.
Classy man.
Yeah, are you going for
Absolutely.
scented bin bags, lads? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that unanimous
Of
on
course
team one?
I'm a gentleman. Of course I own scented bin bags.
The ladies' choice. I like it.
Kind of a
Okay.
peasant would allow their garbage. Start the clock. Let's go. I'm
You
ready,
ready?
to go.
2 minutes
Yeah.
on the clock. Scented bin bags. Who's going first? You going to
I'll
decide
go
who's going first?
Jim.
Okay.
I'm halfway here.
All right.
Listen.
3, 2, 1. Scented
If
bin
you're
bags.
not buying scented bin bags, then you're a worthless pleb, okay? What do you think? You want your garbage to smell like garbage? No, 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 no. In a proper household, the garbage smells like lavender and chamomile. That's what we're going for. I have scented bin bags. I bought them. I bought them last week because they were out of the normal ones, and so I saw that these ones were scented, so I bought them. And I can't even really tell if they work or not because my garbage doesn't smell that bad. Here's the difference between me and Tom. I live in a house with my wife. We are 2 adults, and that's all we have. The garbage we generate is not that bad. Tom lives in a house with a newborn baby. That baby is generating surprise diarrhea bombs all over the place. I'd like to meet a scented bin bag that can deal with that. Anybody can. What am I generating? An empty container of hummus? Who gives a crap? There's nothing in there. I want something that will allow me to shit directly into the bin. I want to save time. That's what I want. That's what I want out of my scented bin bag.
Swap it over for the minute, Tom.
There's a lot to be said for like scented bin bags and naming it and all the rest of it. And they are a real thing, but in actual fact, it's a euphemism. I don't know if you know this, guys, but a scented bin bag is way better than a fucking tea bag. Oh my God. It's like you get just those little candle things, you stick them in your other's ears. And while you're just dipping in, everybody wins. You know, you can get them in any flavor, peach, you can get them in fucking rosemary. Also, some, you know, of these terrorists from, you know, the mid 2000 terrorists, like you had Bin Laden, you know, you had Bin. There was actually a guy that snuck into the US and was there for a good 10 years. That was scented bin bags. I don't know.
Scented bin bag?
Yeah, the guy smelled fucking amazing. That's why he got by. He stayed in a classy place, like where Jim lives. You know, that kind of way. So bin bags.
Yeah.
He got nabbed in the end because, you know, people just fucking. They just threw
I like what Tom brings up about how the scented bin bags is a sexual technique. Like, hey, what happened this weekend? Well, she gave me a scented bin bag. Did she really? Well, it was our anniversary.
You lucky son of a bitch.
There's a new term now for the Urban Dictionary, the scented bin bag. And I'm going to give extra points to Jim for bringing in the surprise diarrhea. He double topicked that round.
This is the most blatant favoritism. Every
Come on,
round,
Jim.
Gordon.
Yeah, go,
I'd
he
like to
buys
congratulate
a
our
house
two
and all of a
winners.
sudden.
Even the fact you call them team number one. Every
Well, they're the ones that are on top.
Actually.
Team
You-
number 1% more like.
Listen, you and me and
Thank
Mickey are on the
you.
bottom row
Exactly,
here.
Mickey.
Hey,
There's no
he picked
favourites.
diarrhea because you're number 2. Understand that, right?
Hey,
Mickey, you gave him ammunition, motherfucker.
real talk. Did you guys ever have that, like when you were in school, when they would stream your classes and they had like the gold group, the silver group, and then like the
No, we-
red group because they
No,
didn't
we have a
want to, like
proper
the dumb
education
kids, they
system
didn't
in
want to
Ireland.
give them the shit name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, all right, I'll forget it.
No, that was
in
straight to
Ireland-
just naming us by letters, and you knew when you were in the D class that you were going to
There's
be
just the
fucking.
D class.
You were going to
Yeah.
be picking up other people's scented fucking bin bags for a living, Jim. That's what you were going to be doing.
Nice.
They didn't fuck around in Ireland, Jim. They just gave you, like, in first year, it was 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. Like, they didn't, you
I
knew where you
suppose the
were.
Irish traditionally aren't super concerned with the self-esteem of their children. That's not really.
No,
on the
we're not a
table.
bunch of soft cunts, Jim. Is what it actually.
Thank you, Mark.
told before.
I was thinking, the Americans
Jim,
aren't
would
that
you like a
concerned with
medal for
educating
showing up?
theirs, so you know.
I would like a medal. All those participation medals made me feel better. I like it.
What
It's
I think
great.
It,
I don't.
what I think it did to that to the Irish society though is 1B and 1C were the ones that lost out because the 1A, they knew they were the upper class. They knew they
Yeah.
were the smarter ones. They were going to have better paying jobs. 1D knew I'm not that fucking smart. But B and C, they were in that place where they weren't really sure. They started getting notions. They were like, well, B and C, are we better? Are we, you know? It's the middle class, man. They're getting destroyed.
Anyway.
Power.
Because of secondary school intelligence streaming. Do you want to do another one of those filibusters, or will we go to the next round? Guess the headline.
We'll go on to the next round, Gordo, please.
Good man, Tom. Okay, guess the headline is the next round. I don't. What are we gonna? I've called it headlines. What do you think that's gonna be? Guess the headline. We're going to guess headlines.
Count the lines on Steve's head.
To see.
Are we talking about the shitty tan marks on Mickey's head? Is that what we're talking about?
That's my
say the
hairline, you
headline
cheeky
on it?
American fuck.
We're going to be showing up headlines, strange headlines from around the world, and I'm after removing some of the most pertinent parts of the headline, and you have to fill in the gaps. Pretty simple. It's not stolen from any.
Could you explain that again? Could you say the word headlines again one more time, Gordon?
I'm trying to get
sure
it in,
what we're
Steve.
doing here.
Trying to get it in. You don't know the level of the people that are watching. They're all kind of the 1D crowd. I'm just saying we don't know who's watching.
Did you say the people that are watching?
Yeah, the people.
Yeah.
You optimistic son of a bitch.
Well, it's going to be watched somewhere.
Listen, Thomas
if
put it
not
on
by
to
the
keep his
YouTube
9-month-old
the
happy.
YouTube Good Taste Committee to see if you're talking about. No, I can't even say his name now because it'll get flagged. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first line of headlines in the game called Headlines is for Team 1, Jim and Tom. Minnesota thieves. This is an old headline now, so don't, Minnesota thieves steal $70,000 worth of blank.
Scented bin bags. Full of shit.
Scrabble letter.
Minnesota thieves. It's not a recent headline now. It's an older one. Minnesota thieves.
Oh,
steal
$70,000 worth of Indians' land.
Shut up, Cummins.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, is it your
Okay.
go?
Okay, we'll put it up.
Sorry,
We'll put
Gordon didn't explain that well enough. I had no idea. I apologize.
Put on your glasses. We were on Team 1 was on screen. Put on your glasses, Steve.
I think I explained it, but you were getting on to me for saying headlines too much. Have you got
I was
headphones?
lost in the stench of diarrhea, so quite frankly,
We
I
get
won't
you-
say another
we get
word.
you, babe.
But
So
Newsflash: Guy from Limerick can't follow instruction. Further stories at 11.
newsflash: American can actually read.
Anyway,
Oh, stop it, you two.
Minnesota thieves steal $70,000 worth of blank. This is for Jim and Tom to guess. There's going to be 2 headlines for each team. So there is time to come back on the scoreboards.
the most famous
Mickey and
person
Steve.
from Minnesota is the artist formerly known as Prince. So I'm going to go with high-heeled men's shoes.
Okay. That's Jim's guess. You
Are
get
we
a
going
guess
with that
each.
one?
You get a
I
guess
don't know,
each.
man. What do you got?
There's two headlines each now, so you can get a guess each. Jim says high heeled men's shoes. Tom, Minnesota thieves steal $70,000
The only other
worth
person I
of.
can think of that's from is Brock Lesnar's from Minnesota. Minnesota thieves steal 70,000 worth of growth hormones destined for a human's neck.
Okay. It's not too far off. Minnesota thieves steal $70,000 worth of bull semen. And there's the headline there.
Jesus.
What is that photo on the right?
That's just
Oh my God! What is she doing?
it just so happens to be the Google AdSense advertisement that showed up. I don't know how
Poor girl.
appropriate. I
That
don't know.
girl told her whole family how proud she was when she got that modeling gig, and they were like, "Hey, let me know when you see one of your ads." And here it is.
Hey,
Well
No,
done,
that's-
Jennifer.
That's
how
where
you
they
get
stole
glossy
the
hair.
$70,000
Bull
worth of
semen.
bull
That's how
semen
you get
from.
glossy hair.
Yes.
They stole 70,000 worth of bull semen and turned it into ice pops. That's what they did. with it.
Yeah, I was thinking she's there like, my popsicle tastes funny.
They almost doubled their money. So I'm going to give you a point for that, lads, because bull semen and human growth hormone comes from the same place. So team one gets a point. So team two.
Just, you know what? As long as you guys continue to breathe, Gordon's going to give you points.
It's
Thank
gonna,
you,
Bull
Gordo.
semen.
so Tom, who's coming on the next one of these? So let's go with
Well,
the
a
next
bull,
headline.
clearly.
The next headline is, this is for team 2, so this is for you, Steve and Mickey. And I'm going to get the other lads off the screen. This is all your screen time. It's only your
Sorry,
faces.
again, these are not recent headlines. Both of these seem like recent headlines.
You see,
Yeah,
that's the
it's a
trick,
good
Jim.
That's
It's
why
almost
Gordon-
relevant,
that's why
but it's...
I
Gordon-
will
Jesus,
say
come
this,
on.
Mickey, Nordies, definitely. That's bang on for that one.
Blank rarely talk to police. That's the headline. Blank rarely talk to police.
Deaf and dumb people.
It's the rap group, the NWA. That's the B-side.
People whose
They just go
tongues have been
straight in,
cut
no
out, give
kissing.
boobies.
Fireman?
Mime
Is there some sort of
artists.
rivalry?
Steve,
Pick one,
what
guys.
do you think?
Come on, pick one.
I said,
What?
I tried mime artists. Nobody heard that, or it wasn't funny.
It just went under
Oh
the
no, we
radar.
heard it, Steve.
Oh my
Today-
God.
Fucking B.
Yeah, we laughed in mime.
Tipperary rednecks rarely talk to police.
Is this going out live, or do we have a chance to edit this? Because, boys, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Jim, you're doing fine. You're like on work experience. It's fine. We don't care what you say. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy
Who else
interns.
rarely talks to police, Mickey?
Fucking solicitors. That says solicitors because it's going to be a serious, like, the solicitors really talk.
No. It has to be something funny. So it'll be something like snitches or prostitutes. Oh, witnesses.
There you go.
Okay, you going with witnesses?
Witnesses.
The answer is homicide victims rarely talk to police. That's the headline there.
Don't you know when reality's funnier than anything we came up with? That's
From the Express Times. I am going to give you the point because witnesses is like homicide victims, except they can still talk. Homicide victims rarely talk to the police. Who would have thought it? Okay, the second round of headlines. On the Buckshot SideShow. I'm going to get good at saying that. This is for Team 1.
Show.
Fuck yous.
She sells buckshots by the seashore.
This is Jill Dando all over again. Okay. China may be using the sea to hide blank. This is for Team 1. Jim and Tom. China may be using the sea to hide blank.
Their height.
I didn't expect like a lot of racial stereotypes in this,
Come on.
but I know
Their
that Jim is
eastern
really
border.
thinking hard. Say that again.
China may be using the sea to hide their garbage. China may be using the sea to hide the outputs of their bat soup factory. Sorry, that's terrible. China may be using the sea to hide the Japanese from their residents.
China may be using the sea to hide their fish.
It's not
Tell me
that
I'm
far
wrong,
off.
Gordo. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's not that far
sorry.
off.
I'm
It's not
going with that
far
one.
off.
That's our
China-
answer.
Cheeky bastard.
China
That's
may
our
be
answer.
using the sea to hide its submarines, which is the actual headline. China may be using the sea to hide its submarines. That's where they live. Submarines, long and hard
Highly
and full of
Chinese.
semen.
And through one headline joke, instantly this show gets banned from YouTube in that part of the world.
Yeah, or Reddit, or TikTok, or
If they
anything
had
that
it
China
in that
owns.
part of the world, Jim, so we're safe.
Yeah.
They have Zvoogle and they have BlueTube, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine.
I just love the idea that you think that anyone outside the four of us will ever want to watch this.
That's what I thought about my podcast too, Steve.
Ooh, okay, Mr. Successful.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying you have to appeal to the right audience, right? So the next,
Yeah, nuts.
exactly. I mean,
Racist
next-
white guys?
the next one is where's your hat, Jim? The next one is for Team 2. A 47-year-old man pulled down his trousers in front of a woman in Derry and told her blank.
I told her, say fucking Londonderry again, you bitch.
Nah.
Do you know, we could have bet
Yes.
money that would be your first answer, really, wouldn't we?
Yes.
And
It's almost like I prepared the questions for the
Yeah.
people I was going to ask.
47-year-old pulled down his charges in front of a woman in Derry and told her the first 6 letters are silent, you cunt.
Wow.
Sorry. A flashback.
47-year-old man pulled down his trousers in front of a woman in Derry and told her,
Ta-da!
what about you? Polish off a sparkler. I'm just going through every old cliche. Doctor of a cold. Can I have a prescription? Every old ad from UTV back when I was growing up. Which isn't really fitting with probably the target demo, but they are. But he pulled down his trousers in front of a woman in Derry and told her,
Run, bitch! Run!
here's a Good Friday agreement for you. I don't know. You're the minority.
He pulled down his trousers in front of a woman in Derry and told her to iron them. Anyway, moving swiftly along.
He pulled down his trousers in front of a woman in Derry and told her, if you like the end of that, it'll blow all over you. I know the answer.
Give us an answer.
Pretend you're sucking a lollipop that squirts.
If you had to have one of those choices, Team 2, Steve and Mickey, what would you pick? 47-year-old man in Derry.
I go with the angry Londonderry, especially in Mickey's voice. What's our answer, Mickey?
It seems very pertinent.
Told her, call it fucking Londonderry again, you bitch.
Okay, the actual answer is a 47-year-old man in Derry pulled down his trousers in front of a woman and told her, I've got a wild dose of the horn on me.
Do you know, Daniel O'Donnell?
I swear to God, if Micky Bartlett was
worse and
47,
worse,
that would be the answer.
Oh my God, I used to live in Derry as well.
Have you ever had a wild dose of the horn? Because it's written actually wild, W-I-L-E.
Yeah, you have to pronounce it in the Derry accent, so it's like it's halfway to Chinese. It's kind of like, I've got a wild dose of the horn of me now, sir.
Yeah, that's very...
Jesus, dude. Read the last line of that story.
Wild dose of the horn of me.
That's very threatening.
Well, somebody not from Limerick, read the last line of the story there. Jesus.
Happened
on the day the man... Yeesh.
Last line of the story?
Happened on the day the man had been released from prison.
No wonder he had a wild dose then, God bless him.
You know what? Absolute. You know what? If I was going to forgive a man for doing it, that's the day I'd forgive him.
Yeah. He's probably been institutionalized.
He's going. You know, if it was a regular Thursday, you're not going. You go, all right. But if he goes, I've literally been inside for 12 years,
right.
and now I want to be inside again.
What were you in jail for? I pulled my cocker in front of...
Oh, God damn it.
But the thing is, he knew as long as he did it in Derry, nobody would mind.
Yeah, nobody goes to that bus depot anymore.
Nobody.
They never told anybody that the woman was his mother. That's the thing.
The call's coming from inside the house.
What does Scudder talk even mean?
The next round is called Scutter Talk. Tom, can you explain what Scutter is or Scutter Talk?
Is there a H in there? What? Yeah. What is this?
It's a silent H.
Oh, Jim is just showing up. Oh no! What?
Scudder sounds like surprise diarrhea. Quite frankly,
you're spot on, Jim. Yeah. You're spot on. That's what it is.
Verbal diarrhea.
50 points there, Garden.
Yeah, another
50 points, Steve.
4 points to Team 1.
You don't get any points for explaining the mechanics of the games. This game, Scudder Talk, I'm going to play a video and I'm going to turn the sound off. And they're videos from well-known or at least existing soap operas. It's a 2-minute scene. You are each going to have a go. You're going to have a video, each Team 1 and Team 2, separate videos. So Team 1, Jim and Tom, are going to voice the actors on the screen. So if it's a man and Jim picks a man's voice, he has to stay with that man and do that man's voice the whole way through the scene. If Tom decides to be the woman in the scene, he has to stick with that woman and do a woman's voice. I'm just trying to get right down to the nitty gritty so people watching at home will know what's going on. Scudder Talk.
Quick question, Gordon.
Yes, Steve.
With Jim's really annoying nasal drawl, how are we going to know if he's being a man or a woman?
He's got a beard.
This is the magic of television, or at least the internet. There's going to be multiple characters, so maybe at some point halfway through the video, in both of your videos, you might have to take on a second character, which might end up meaning that you're talking to yourself. This is a first try. We're not very adept at doing this yet, but we're going to try this game and see if it turns into Scudder indeed. This is Scudder Talk. Team 1, you're going to go first. And this is a video from, I think, Emmerdale. And for the audience at home, all of these topics, all of these questions, all these headlines, and all these videos have not been seen by these 4 dudes ever. I picked them all, I put them all together. So this is not prepared. Okay. Team 1, are we ready?
What is Emmerdale?
Become evident.
All right.
Don't worry.
It's his way of saying you're going to be shite.
Emmerdale is like EastEnders in the country. You ready? Here's your video.
Oh my God, I've left my mask on.
I've a wild dose of the horn on me, so I have. Give us a go of that phone. Yeah. Come on.
Oh God.
Come on, something pornographic. For the love of Jesus. Now, brush your fucking hair, will you, the head in you?
I'm going to put my mask down so I don't have to look at any English people. Oh God, they're everywhere. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with me? Where's my vodka? There it is. I could just have a nice little shot of this. Oh
look
crap!
at this,
Here he
I'm
comes.
forgetting you. Look, for the love of... that is a lovely perfume all the same. God, that is nice. Is that rose petals? Here, Maureen, where are you going? Where are you going,
right.
Maureen? Come back.
Blue lives matter too. Blue lives matter too. Oh God! Oh, don't run in the forest, you stupid idiot. That's never a good.
Come back.
Ah!
I just want to show it to you. That's all. Come here. Oh, geez, you're after... Oh, come here. Now, show me them
Get
shoes.
your goddamn
Those
hands.
shoes don't go with that hair.
What?
Come here.
Help.
Give us one owl kiss.
Hey, Gordon, this took a real turn for the dark. What the fuck am I looking
It's
at?
gonna get weird. Keep watching.
Why are you making me watch this? This is like that season of True Detective where he makes the other guy watch the rape film. What the hell is
Hey,
this?
Jim,
I'm
I'm
Buckshot
just
Sideshow.
holding you down on the ground, Jim. Come on.
No.
Just let me hold you down on the ground for a second. Hey, come on in. Wrestling, boys. We're going wrestling. Come on. I'll be Hulk Hogan. Go on. You be the Ultimate Warrior. Go on. Here. Headlock. Oh, come on. Stop taking it seriously. I'm just joking. Come back. I fucking love you. I love you. Hey, do you want to go for a swim? Who wants to go for a swim? Oh, is that your sniff in my pocket? Oh.
Wait, where'd this person
I'm a
come
wild dancer. I'm playing dead. I'm playing dead. Go on.
That's an English
Hang on a
TV show.
second.
That's an actual English TV show. Well done, Team One.
So
The actual audio from
you
that.
picked a show for us to voice along to
Yes.
that 40% of it has 2 characters in it, and the rest of it has more than 2 characters in it.
Welcome to
That's
Scudder
the game?
Talk. That's the game.
Welcome.
Okay, it's got a
Well
snuff
counted.
film for us.
It was actually a misunderstanding. Your one in the scene thinks that her boyfriend or to be husband Liam is trying to kill her when in fact he's just bringing her out into the forest to have a romantic picnic. And she just kind of gets a bit nervous because she's not used to men, and she maces him and then runs away. And then obviously like he gets a little bit handsy when he's like, "Fucking eat my picnic." But yeah, it's a it's
can have
a bit extreme.
What a great. There's the new hashtag Me Too movement right there.
Not my-
Hashtag eat
Not my
picnic.
picnic. Yeah, so it's a weird it's a weird clip, but this is Scudder Talk on the Buckshot Sideshow. So Team 2,
clearly
your one has also more than 2 characters, so get ready with your brains and your minds.
Mickey, you're the woman.
There's 2 women.
I know.
The main characters
What's
are 2
nothing to
women.
do with this game? I'm just saying. For later.
I know.
Prison rules.
Why I shave my head?
I have to put a comment up here because Dave Walsh, I think he's one of your fans, Tom, from the Patreon, said, "I may start watching that Emmerdale." It's a hard wank, Dave. It is a hard wank, but you get through it. So,
But you'll thank us in the end.
yeah.
Really.
Dave is a dangerous lunatic, and I don't want him. Take off my social media from this. I don't want him following me. Are you kidding? If that's the advertisement, he's like, "Hey, I might have found a new show."
Steve
hey,
was after telling him where you live and everything.
We'll all jump on. It'd be great.
Yeesh.
Wow, Dave, you're a strange man.
Dave,
So
fine.
round 2 of Scudder Talk for Team 2, that's Steve Cummins and Micky Bartlett. You are going to be voicing 2 girls and then possibly a man later on. So there's 3 characters in this. Keep your eyes on the prize.
I'm going to be a girl then.
This is round 2. It's from Fair City, which is the Irish equivalent
Hold
to...
on, I'll change my accent then.
I don't
All
know.
right, darling, we getting
How they going there? Here's your clip. Are you ready? And Scudder Talk.
Bonjour.
Hold on, fucker, who's talking? Can you smell my hand? It's been fucking covered. Listen, you bitch. Who am I? You've got
Pick
shitty
one,
blonde
Steve.
hair, you cow. That's my way of letting you know.
Have you seen the look of your man behind me? Shit, come over here to fuck. Listen to me. The big ones are 50. The wee ones are 20.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I've got a love bite. I've got 3 different ones. One from me dad, one from me brother, and one from your man. Can you
I
hide
tell you
that?
something. Has anyone ever noticed your Adam's apple before?
Well,
Take your coat and get out of here anyway. Your big fucking hands on you. There he is.
Jesus, look at him. He's a queen in stonewashed denim. How are you? Listen, quick question for you. Are you Mexican?
Somebody voice the man.
No, I'm not Mexican at all. No, I'm just reading a book here.
You know,
You read a book. Anyway, I'm a right, aren't I? You've an Adam's apple now. Do you know you have that?
half the men in this bar, and I need to ride one more. Hold on. Well, sorry for interrupting. What were you saying?
I was saying, your one there has a big Adam's apple. If you look at it, I'm away. I can't stand the sight of that carry on there.
Here, has anyone wondered why did they not pay for Sky Sports in this bar? This fucking
The
telly's
dirty
off the
fucker came on the table.
Why are we even drinking in a fucking bar?
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember what voice I was doing at the start of this.
Well, now that you mention it, darling, I'm feeling a bit. This is more like a Queen Vic, innit? Fuck you,
Oh,
you,
wow.
man. No friends.
That went off the rails quick. Well done, boys. Not easy. It's not easy.
I much prefer the action movies like they got.
I'm going to get some film clips the next time and totally fuck copyright up. We get some old movies that we've all definitely seen and we can maybe redo them. But that's Scudder talk. I mean, it's all experimental, boys, right?
Yep. Yeah. I like the way Mickey used my father's accent to become the Mexican lad.
That Mexican lad was definitely from at least Louth.
It was an excellent, by the way, it was an excellent bogger, Mickey. I'll give you that one.
Maybe carry it across.
I'm half Catholic, so.
That explains the ginger bottom half of your face.
And the Johnny Adair top half.
And the Johnny Adair top half.
Yeah, so that's all the games for the Buckshot sideshow for this time. We're gonna put everybody's team.
Sideshot Buck Show.
Well done to Team 1, which I think I'm sorry, Steve and Mickey, but I think Team 1 are the winners. Just all in all.
Oh, what an upset!
No
one could have possibly seen that coming.
It's Tom's show, and I mean, you can't fuck with the
Jim,
boss, right?
That's Jim proving he can count to 2. Thanks, Jim.
That's Jim Petuous on Twitter. If you want to follow Jim,
he's been to university in America.
We're getting further up. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine. Here we go. All right.
Well done, Jim. Well done.
Yo.
Jim's
nice
throwing
work,
up
Tom.
gang signs. And Tom _O'Mani, you'll find Tom on Twitter. And Team 2, sorry, I'm pressing on the buttons here. Micky Bartlett at Micky, MICKY. No E, he's not Disney. Micky Bartlett. And Stevie Cummins.
No, he can't afford it.
And Stevie Cummins on Twitter as well. And hold on now. Whoop. Have you boys anything you'd like to promote and let the people know all about it? Obviously, Tom's podcast, Buckshot, has brought the audience here for now. And I think you have a podcast as well, Mickey, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a podcast called the Deck Turn Yums podcast with a good friend of mine, Connor Key, so we just talk shit. And that's it.
Nice.
Great job, Steve.
Jim, Steve, have you made lockdown podcasts yet?
I'm a giant nerd. I have a podcast about the fucking American electoral process. Nobody here is going to want to listen to it. So fuck you.
I'd love to listen to that, and those Conspiracy Guys fans might love that. So, what's the name of it, and where can I find it?
It's called State of 2020, and it's part of the Head Stuff Network, and it's on everywhere you can download podcasts.
Boom! I
Jim
put the link.
also has 200 CDs underneath his desk of a
show
he did about 7 years ago. So if you want to buy them, just call up to Jim's house, and he'll sell them through the letterbox.
Yeah, who wants? You remember CDs? You remember physical media? That's where I am in my career.
Hipsters are going to love them.
High tech and cool.
And Steve, you haven't started your podcast yet.
No, because thankfully I've actually got I work for a living, so I'm doing okay. It's all,
wonderful.
It's all nice. I'm not stuck
Hanging off
asking
your
the same
wife's
3 friends
coattails
to
is not
come on
called
and talk
working
to
for
me
a
all the
living.
time.
You also have like a much more polished and more impressive version of something seemingly
I have
like what
something
we're
like
trying
this,
to do
which
here,
is a
right?
lot cleaner, but I have to admit, kind of a lot less fun. It's a corporate entertainment thing. Zoomparty.ie. Log on and we rip your knob off, or whatever it is. I don't know.
Nice. That's the corporate way. Log on and we'll rip your knob off. We're getting lots of love here from Anne-Marie O'Doherty. Says, fair play to ye lads.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
Doesn't count. She's related to somebody on the show. Doesn't count. You got your aunt commenting.
And Dave Walsh, who was really looking forward to seeing that Emmerdale scene again. That was class. Look forward to the next one, says Dave.
Yeah, but Dave, how often do they let you out of your padded room, Dave?
They don't.
We got to do it at the same time clearly this is when Dave gets to walk around the yard.
Yeah. Hey. Everyone else has left the ward and he has to tell you to himself.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's this one. I mean, we're on lockdown here in Ireland. For those of you not in Ireland, watching this abroad in the field, like we can't go to each other's houses. We can't go to, like, I have a place here we can all record. We can't fucking go. We're doing this all through Skype and the wonderful power of the internet. Tom will be in this hot seat in the next one, I think. Tom, is that right?
Absolutely.
We're going to have you in. I'm still going to be pressing the buzzers and touching the buttons and doing all that stuff. But we'll have loads more of these with more Dublin and far afield comedians join us for these shows, and we might get a chance to see the videos before we get to overdub them maybe the next time. It's not an easy fucking game, boys. Improv is no fucking it's no picnic. So yeah, that's Buckshot Sideshow for this time. Tom, do you want to tell your people that before we go?
No, just thank you very much for tuning in, and stick with us. This will get better.
That's my motto for sex, Tom.
Send it off, Gordo.
All right, good luck, good night, and God bless.
There, everybody.